views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Getting your work week started right by stretching out your Vajir holes with the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Here's a complete disc jockey show with all the modern pace of today's exciting radio.
Oh man, this place is weird.
I like turtles.
This is Don Bruce at Cameo Parkway Records. You just put the needle on a really unique record album.
Good morning, people of Earth. It's Alien Stone once again, broadcasting directly into your Vajir holes from the other side of Planet Chaos and from inside the mothership for another exciting episode of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Perhaps you're listening on one of our live affiliate stations like Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, J. Parker Radio. Perhaps it's United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, or Western Reserve Digital Radio. Or maybe you're listening in replay or syndication around the world in some of our other fantastic affiliate stations like 920 WON The Apple, 24.7 The Stream, 97.1 KGSB FM Get Smashed Radio, IRN Internet Radio Network, WRFN 1025, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, United Sounds Choice Radio, Prodcore, Pure Rock, Good Talk, and Mile High Radio, as well as K89, our wonderful affiliates around the world. Thank you for listening wherever it is in the world that you are listening to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Coming up on today's show, we've got more of the usual. We got fantastic music for your Vajir holes from around the world, as well as local music here from the Detroit area, and brand spanking new music submitted to the station and to the show. For you out there that are in bands and you've got some decent recorded music, by all means, submit it to the station by attaching an MP3 or a good link for downloading the music anyway to an MP3 or to an email, and send it on over to newmusic@alienxradio.com. That's newmusic@alienxradio.com. Now, it can be rock and roll, it can be alternative, it can be country, it can be rap, whatever. The only requirement is it cannot suck balls. If I press play and I hear any ball sucking, it's over. Bam. Gone. I'm sorry. It goes straight into the submissions folder. That's like the Dead Letter Society, right? It's going nowhere, okay? So, like I said, if you got some decent music, by all means, submit it to the station. So, the Garage Bands Next Door, that's a little segment that I do here, which is some of those local level bands from other local areas outside of the Detroit area, which is where we're based here. And that will be the Garage Bands Next Door, as well as The Locals, another segment where we hear Detroit-based local bands. We'll be doing the replay of Just a Few Questions, the brand spanking new episode from yesterday, where D-Unit was back in the studio to answer those questions, as well as 2 classic episodes of Just a Few Questions, also on the way. Punchlines, ridiculous stories, your phone calls at 1-313-444-8919. Again, that's 1-313-444-8919. So, let's go ahead and get this thing started like we always do with a little bit of a history lesson on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
Let's take a look at this day in history.
January 25th, 1981. The 52 Americans held hostage by Iran for 444 days arrived home in the United States, reuniting with their families at last. 1971. In Los Angeles, Charles Manson and 3 of his female followers are convicted of murder and conspiracy in the slayings of actress Sharon Tate and 6 others. 1994. Also in California, pop star Michael Jackson settles child molestation claims out of court, reportedly paying millions of dollars without admitting guilt. In 2003, Jackson is arrested and charged with molesting a child in a separate case. He's acquitted on all counts nearly 2 years later. 1959, the jet age takes off in the United States as an American Airlines Boeing 707 makes the first scheduled transcontinental flight. And 1981, R&B singer Alicia Keys is born in New York City. Today in history, January 25th, Mike Grossi of the Associated Press.
All righty, folks. Once again, it's time to wake the hell up. Open up your eyes. Wipe those, what we call eye boogers out. That's right. It's time to get to work. I know right now you're sitting at your desk just staring forward, wishing that you weren't there. Okay. But the work week has to get underway. So we're going to laugh a little bit right off the bat with last week's garage band next door, Norwegian Soft Kitten, and this tune is called Hospital Gown on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
I'm unable to establish your gender, as the garments you wear hang loosely on your frame. You're more androgynous than I remember. I suppose it would help if I could recall your name or your sex. Of you is indeterminate through your hospital gown. Sex of you is indeterminate through your hospital gown. I'm unable to determine your title, Mr., Mrs., Miss, man, or sir. And now this piece of information is vital. I suppose it would help if there was more that I could infer from your sex. Of you is indeterminate through your hospital gown. Sex of you is indeterminate through your hospital gown. Conflicting feelings getting hard to manage, but I'll keep an open mind and follow my heart. As your doctor, I have a slight advantage. I suppose it would help if I just had a look at your chart or your sex. Of you is indeterminate through your hospital gown. Sex of you is indeterminate through your hospital gown. Sex of you is indeterminate through your hospital gown. Sex of you is indeterminate through your hospital gown. Sex.
This is David Warren.
What's up? This is Chris from Concrete Angels. You're listening to Alien X Radio.
I used to be a nice girl. Until Alien Stone took me for a ride in his mothership. Now I'm an intergalactic hottie. Thank you, Alien Stone.
We fear a beast, not always hunting, but the creature's hold, it's suffocating. The fear may fade, but the beast's still lurking. It hasn't gone, only hibernating. So tell me just how long will this demon sleep? Tell me just how long till we can breathe. We held hands, sang songs while marching. The message shared, it's now lost and burning. The price we paid, so the world keeps going. There won't be pain without learning. So tell me just how long will this demon sleep? Tell me just how long till we can breathe. Tell me just what do we need to crawl out from underneath, and how long will it be till we can breathe? As we slept, the world was bleeding, and as we woke, we saw it burning. The fear remains, cause the beast's still lurking. Its tricks grow cold, and we keep learning. So tell me just how long will this demon sleep? Tell me just how long till we can breathe. Tell me just what do we need to crawl out from underneath, and how long will it be till we can breathe? How long will this demon sleep? Tell me just how long till we can breathe. Tell me just what do we need to crawl out from underneath, and how long will it be till we can breathe? Tell me just what do we need to crawl out from underneath, and how long will it be till we can breathe? Till we can breathe. How long will it be till we can breathe? I said, how long will it be till we can breathe?
Resistance is futile. Probing is not allowed. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. That's 313-444-8919. Or hang out in the chat room at alienxradio.com. You have been beamed aboard, and you are now inside the mothership with Alien Stone.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
Shogun of Harlem.
Once again, somehow I got tricked into playing the wrong open. What is going on? Let's see. Punch lines. Open, not close. Yeah. That's not a good thing, man. When you make mistakes live on the air like that, it's just, it's not a good thing. Let's try that again. And now it is time for the Punchlines. Punchlines being brought to you by Igor's Lube and Igor's family of products. And they have a side project going on right now created by the company known as Igor's Lube. Feel the burn with Bernie's new After Wash hand sanitizer and hand warming gel. That's right. Feel the burn with Bernie's After Wash hand sanitizer warming gel. Look up Igor's Lube online at www.igorslube.com and check them out on Facebook. That's Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow because everything is smoother with Igor's Lube. Today's Punchlines takes us to Oklahoma, where a lawmaker wants to create an official Bigfoot hunting season. Don't you? I know I do. I would love to have an official Bigfoot hunting season that I have to get another license for. There's enough room in my wallet for another one of those useless pieces of paper. Bigfoot may not be real, but one lawmaker in Oklahoma wants to create a hunting season for him anyway. Just don't plan on actually shooting the Squatch. I want to be real clear that we're not going to kill Bigfoot. State Representative Justin Humphrey said, the lawmaker who's behind the bill. We're going to trap Bigfoot. We are not promoting killing Bigfoot. We're promoting hunting Bigfoot, trying to find evidence of Bigfoot. The bill doesn't specify that, though. The text as introduced by Humphrey directs the Oklahoma Wildlife Conservation Commission to create rules, dates, licenses, and fees establishing a Bigfoot hunting season. So it's for real, okay? Now, I understand that you don't really want them to shoot the Squatch, okay? But you're asking for an official hunting license, which includes shooting the Squatch, okay? Because that's what they are. That's what a hunting license is, okay? You don't have to get a hunting license for Easter to find eggs, right? No, of course not. You're gonna shoot it, okay? You're gonna eat the egg anyway. But you know what I'm saying? Humphrey said that he would work on the specifics with the commission, which would also include a $25,000 bounty for somebody who traps the creature. So you're going to actually offer a real $25,000 bounty if somebody actually captures a Squatch. But I'm sure that that's going to be void. You're not going to get that money if you didn't get the license, right? Of course. So it's like the lottery, you know, it's taking a lot more money than you actually sent out. Okay, in this case, taking a lot and send out nothing. The commission didn't seem very interested in it. This is what they said. We use science-driven research, and we don't recognize Bigfoot in the state of Oklahoma. The Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation said, adding that the bill would require them to create a new season and license for something that doesn't exist. Well said. Okay, so that it doesn't make sense to go through all that paperwork, red tape, licensing. People are going to be buying it and getting these licenses. They're going to be going out into the woods going, woo, trying to find Bigfoot. Okay, it's insanity. This is what Humphrey said, though. Having a license and a tag would give people a way to prove that they participated in the hunt. Who cares? Okay, that they can prove it. Who is there ever going to come into court and say, we need proof that you were looking for Bigfoot? When is that going to occur? After the overall goal is, he says, after all, the overall goal is to get people into our area, enjoy natural beauty, and to have a great time. And if they happen to find Bigfoot while they're at it, well, hey, that's just an even bigger prize. So what you're saying, Mr. Humphrey, is that you want people to get a Bigfoot hunting license with a $25,000 bounty for capturing the creature, but you don't want them to shoot them. So you basically just want families to get this license and then come camping in Oklahoma, and if they happen to see an 8-foot creature running around, what, throw a net over them? Is this what your plan is, Mr. Humphrey? I think you're a little crazy, but that has been the punchlines. In your face. My goodness, folks. Anyway, we're going to get to some more music for your Vajir holes in the form of the garage bands next door. Right after this.
Here's this week's bad movie flashback.
No. Please. No, not that.
It gets bad on Friday the 13th, but it gets worse on Saturday the 14th.
The Book of Evil!
Richard Benjamin, Paula Prentice.
We've inherited a house with a curse.
Oh, come on, Mary. You know you don't believe in curses.
Just when you thought it was safe to look at the calendar again comes Saturday the 14th. The year's #1 horror comedy spoof.
God, look at all these owls.
My name is John Hyatt, and I've got bats in my belfry.
You know how many? We charge by the bat.
When I leave this house, there'll be nothing left here to be afraid of. Famine. War.
Major pest control.
Death!
It's your chance to laugh at everything that ever scared you.
Come on, Billy. Quit fooling around.
Give me a kiss, darling.
Oh, let me just see who that is. I'll be back for that kiss.
Be sure to see it before sunrise. Saturday the 14th.
And now it's time for the Garage Bands Next Door.
All righty, folks. As the announcer just said, it is time for the Garage Bands Next Door. This is a little segment where you, the local level bands that are not in my local area, get to shine. A little spotlight will be on you. So, folks, if you have recorded a great song in your garage or your basement or a local studio someplace, wherever you are in Los Angeles, or maybe you're in Nebraska, or you're in Finland, or maybe you're in Saudi Arabia, you know, there's people all over the world that have submitted music. By all means, attach an MP3 or a credible download link to an MP3. Attach that to an email and send it to newmusic@alienxradio.com. Again, that's newmusic@alienxradio.com. I will listen to these tracks personally. They can be rock and roll. They can be country. They can be comedy. They can be all kinds of genres. What they can't do is suck balls. If I hear any ball sucking, they go straight into the submission folder where they are never to be heard again. Also, please make sure that you include the name of the band and the name of the track. Yeah. It helps when I tell people the name of the band when I have a band name to tell them. You know what I'm saying? So, without further delay, I'm going to tell you the name of the band that I just got submitted to the station today on the Garage Bands Next Door, starting things off with Black Tree Vultures. And this tune is called Veins. The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
My way out's a little dark, 'cause there's a feeling in my chest. We fight until the roof collapses and drink until it's time to relapse. Twisting my space, look at the crowd, you're at a place. The ever-growing system, find that you don't miss them. Look at the aggravation, the path to our salvation. The arch and the blind, well, the purest set of fire. I build you walls out of stone, the demon trolls are set back on my veins. They fell up. concept, the evil mind displayed. The start of the revolution, find another solution. All you people gather around. You're not from here, you're not allowed to fill your minds with dirt. Do not stick around, you might get hurt. The undisputed champion will rise again until the end of age. Will they fill up with the my face ain't fill up with the my face ain't fill up with the It's like the darkness with children out to play. Cover up your scars, don't bleed people's day. Sun way down the road, stick to the other lane. You bottle it up, you hold it down. My face ain't filled up with the my face ain't filled up with the my face ain't filled up with dust. After the revolution, find another solution. All you people gather round. My face ain't filled up with dust. Fill your minds with dirt. Don't stick around, you might get hurt. The undisputed champion. My face ain't filled up with dust. My face ain't filled up with the pain.
I'm so happy 'cause I'm a gummy bear, gummy bear. Fucking
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
What is up, everyone? Prospect here with the weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. The NFL is in the home stretch with about a month to go, and while the action on the field is heating up with the Bucs taking on the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, it's all the action happening off the field that's got people talking. Let's look at the head coaching hires that took place the last few days. Jacksonville hired former Ohio State and Florida head coach Urban Meyer. Meyer was looked at by the Jags for quite some time after the team fired Doug Marrone. After the Jets snagged Robert Saleh from the clutches of Detroit, like I mentioned in an earlier report, which some people are calling the best acquisition in the history of the team, the NFC North bottom dwellers took a huge chance on hiring Dan Campbell. The former Miami Dolphins interim head coach should be a familiar name to the Motor City, playing 3 seasons as a wide receiver with the team and catching only 23 passes. Campbell made news in his press conference with his no-nonsense approach to his vision of the team, stating that he sees promise in a team and city that has been knocked down so many times only to get back up, and vows to have his team, quote, bite your kneecaps off. Can't fault the guy for being brash with a team that has always had to prove themselves every year. The LA Chargers had to look way far back into Division III college football to get their man, Brandon Staley. Staley coached for John Carroll University before taking the role of LA Rams defensive coordinator. And the Atlanta Falcons hired former Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator Arthur Smith as their new head coach. Smith replaces interim coach Raheem Morris after the team fired Dan Quinn after 4 seasons with the team. All in all, a group of very interesting acquisitions the past few days. And in a surprising move, the Patriots have welcomed back now former head coach Matt Patricia to their staff. This may be a curse for Lions players as the Patriots brought someone back who now is very familiar with their playbook and play style. The baseball world lost a pioneer last week as Hank Aaron passed away at the age of 86 years old. Aaron, as we all know, was a legend of the sport not only for African American fans, but fans of all races. For most of his career and the decades that followed, Hammerin' Hank was the home run king with 755 dingers, breaking Babe Ruth's record of 715, which was met with harsh racist threats in a time where Jim Crow was still in force, putting a dark cloud on what was supposed to be an impressive feat. His record stood until Barry Bonds broke it in 2007, and despite being accused of using performance-enhancing drugs during that season, Aaron still recognized the milestone, saying it was time for someone else to hold the record after 3 decades with it. The Milwaukee Brewers, where he basically spent all his career with when they were the Braves before they relocated to Atlanta, will have his number 44 on their sleeves, and both the Atlanta Falcons of the NFL and Atlanta United of the MLS will retire the number from their respective teams next season. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect. Say until next time, Prospect out.
With the weather quickly changing, it might be a good time to have your furnace or air conditioner checked out by a professional.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing. Thanks, Igor. And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. Alien X Radio. Resistance
is futile. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Here we go! Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
The house is now on fire.
And we are officially drifting into the second half of hour number 1 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Thanks for tuning in on our live affiliate stations like Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, Lime City Radio Network, Jay Parker Radio, United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, and Western Reserve Digital Radio. Perhaps maybe you are tuning in on some of our fine affiliates around the world, like 920 WON The Apple, 97.1 KGSB Get Smashed FM, IRN Internet Radio Network, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, Good Talk Radio, and Mile High Radio, as well as many others. You can give us a call at 1-313-444-8919, or you can use Skype. That's Alienstone1, Alienstone and the number 1. Don't spell it out because you'd be wrong. And for those of you just tuning in, you are late. We get things underway at 9 a.m. Eastern right here on this fine station. Anyway, going to get some music into your Vajir holes as we prepare for yet another flashback into just a few questions. We're going back to what? August 18th, 2019. And we're going to be a Superfly on the wall. That's right. We're going to find out what happens when D-Unit and, what's the guy's name? Jeff Goldblum get together. It's going to be creepy. Anyway, that's coming up. So, Punchline still on the way for next hour and the hour after that. And as always, this portion of the show being brought to you by Igor's Lube and his family of products. Perhaps you have a sweaty taint? Well, try Igor's Lube's new Skin Bridge Cooling Gel with roll-on applicator. Just put on a thick layer and stay cool all day. Look for Igor's Lube online at www.igorslube.com or on Facebook. That's Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube. Right now, it's Dead by Design and Don't Save Me on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
When a woman screams, I just feel the need to be there.
And now it's time to answer just a few questions.
All right. Are you ready to answer just a few questions? Are you scared? Don't be scared.
I'm not scared.
Don't be scared.
Not.
Bring it. All right. So, here we go. Question number one.
Question number one.
Question number one. So, While you were out shopping for a new thong and some bedazzling supplies, you run into Jeff Goldblum.
Stop. Time out.
He's like, stop, time out. That wouldn't happen.
Right.
That's why this is just a few questions.
All right.
It's all fake. Okay, while you were out shopping for a brand new guitar.
No, that's fine. We can do the thong and bedazzle thing. That's fine.
Thong and bedazzling
All right, so.
Okay, you run into Jeff Goldblum, who is out riding his bike. Apparently, he is in town for a movie and likes to ride his bike out and about when he's not on the set. The two of you decide to go to a club for a few drinks and see a local rock show. You and Jeff get hammered for the next 5 hours while you rock out to Black Heron Influence, Concrete Angel, Spiral Crush, and Vicariant.
That'd be a hell of a show.
After putting your faces back on, as that show would be amazing and certainly rock your faces off, the last thing you remember was the owner letting the two of you out the back door at 3 a.m. After that, everything went black. When you woke, you found yourself naked and locked inside a strange egg-shaped pod. You began pounding on the window and shouting. Jeff walks into view wearing a lab coat. A look of anger falls over your face, and you begin punching the window. Jeff says, calm down. Yes, you are naked. But no, we didn't do any butt stuff. So you calm down immediately. Take a deep breath and ask, so what's up, Jeff? He picks up a small jar and walks over to the window. This is a common housefly. So small and unimportant to you or me, but proportionately, they have far more strength than any human could ever have. What we are going to do is take all of the strength and genetic benefits from this housefly and infuse it with your DNA. With that, he placed the jar in a small pod on his desk next to his computer. What do you say next? A, hey Jeff, what happened to the Michaels bag with my new thong and pack of rhinestones? B, sounds great, Jeff, but I just woke up. Can I take a piss, get a cup of coffee, and deal with this morning boner first? C, are you sure we didn't do any butt stuff? Come on, be honest with me. And go. Remember, there is a wild card answer.
I'm going to go with B.
You're going to go with B?
Yep.
Sounds great, Jeff, but I just woke up. Can I take a piss, get a cup of coffee, and deal with this morning boner first? That sounds about...
It sounds about every day.
That's the most reasonable one, I think.
Yeah.
The wild card answer you did not choose was, okay, but be careful. I don't think you want to start... he says, okay, but be careful. I don't think I want to start puking on my food before eating it, Jeff. Yes. Bonus question is, what other fly features besides strength and flying would be helpful to humans?
I would say probably they're seeing.
Yeah.
You know, because they
can see pretty good all over the place.
Right. And me being blind and stuff.
With like hundreds of eyes or something?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it was, but I know they kind of... I don't know if you want to call it their peripheral.
Yeah.
Because you ever know when you try to kill a fly from...
Oh, it's almost...
They know it.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
Yeah.
So...
Question number 2.
Question number 2! Number 2 is, well, after unsuccessfully trying to talk Jeff out of splicing you with a fly, he flips the switch and the lights in the room dim. A low humming sound begins to grow. A few snaps of electricity and you begin to feel very strange. Just then, everything goes black again. When you wake up, you are in a circular glass room with a steel ceiling. You cannot see any way out. And that's when you realize that you can see the entire room in all directions at the same time. Then a giant Jeff Goldblum face appears on the other side looking at you and says, I hope you can forgive me. I had the wires crossed, and instead of transferring the fly's best abilities into you, I transferred your best abilities into the fly. That's when you realize the large glass room with the steel ceiling is actually the jar, and you are now a housefly. Now let's see what parts of you is the fly and what parts of you is you. We know you are small. Wait. We know you are small and can see in all directions. So what other fly powers do you have? You fly up to the lids to the jar's lid. Okay, you can fly. You knock the lid right off the top of the jar with ease. So you have a human strength, but in a fly package. Now that you are out of your prison, how do you punish Jeff? A, well, since you can move like a fly and still hit like a man, you begin kicking his ass all over the lab. B, you fly into the sewers and find some rat droppings. You land on it, as flies do, and then fly back to Jeff's house, landing on his potato salad, and bam! Just like that, he's got the plague. Or C, they say living well is the best revenge, so you join a funk group as the world's first insect bass player known as Superfly. And go.
I'm going with C.
You're going with C. You're going to be Superfly.
I'm going to be Superfly.
So you're going to be a funk bass player. You got to get to this little itty bitty. You got to get this little itty bitty bass. Can you find a bass small enough?
I'll build one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess you could. Little fly bass, super fly bass.
Fly bass.
Sweet.
Like a flying V bass.
All right. And the wild card answer you did not choose. Wait until he gets into bed and then start flying around the room until he gets up. Then hide and repeat until dawn.
Okay, I want to go with that wild card answer.
Damn flies, I'm trying to sleep. Bonus question is, would you say it's possible that after all these years of fast living, as a fly, you just might be immune to raid?
I would say yeah.
They might shh, there, love, kill him, and you'd be like, whoa, yeah, I'm super fly. Give me some more. I want another hit of that. Whoa. No? Maybe?
I smoke at the raid for breakfast, man. You know?
Question number 3.
Question number three is, so, it looks like you will be spending the rest of your life as the world's coolest housefly. Luckily, you kept a human's lifespan. So aside from being the greatest insect bass player, yet being able to be crushed by a fly swatter, what are some of the pros and cons to being a housefly hybrid? A, you can sit in on private conversations as a fly on the wall, but you have to dissolve your food with acid vomit before sucking it up. B, you can sit in on girls changing in the locker room as a fly on the wall, but you have a fly's dick, so what's the point? C, you can fly free in any direction you choose, but you know that someday you'll end up residing in the aromatic aroma of a bag lady living behind a dumpster at the Pack and Save downtown. And go.
I'm going to go with B.
You're going to go with B. So, yeah, you're going to check out the chicks, but you can't do anything about it because you got a fly's dick.
It's okay.
It's okay, man.
It's okay, man.
You got a fly's dick. The wild card answer you did not choose. Sure, you can see in all directions. Fly. Have your full... Wait, did I call this something? No, that's something else. Okay. Sure, you can see in all directions. Fly. Have your full lifespan and strength. You could travel the world as an insect bassist and digest your food before eating it, eliminating the possibility of getting heartburn. But raid kills bugs, oh yes it can. But if the spray don't kill him, you can smash him with the can. Anyway, your cheap shot question. This is a new thing. Like I haven't hit you with a couple cheap shots already, right?
Right.
Your cheap shot question is...
We're calling it a cheap shot question.
It's the cheap shot question. Because it's not really a question. It's just kind of a cheap shot. If the fly got all of the good stuff, think about the other pod. That poor creature can't fly, can't see in all directions. It's the size of a human with the strength of a fly, and it clearly can't play bass guitar at all. So what can it do? You know, besides answer just a few questions. Oh!
This will be my last time here inside the show. I will be retiring after today.
It would be the Danny DeVito character.
The Danny DeVito.
The Danny DeVito character.
From Twins?
From Twins, right. So you got all the good stuff, and then all the stuff got left behind in the other one. But he looks like you now.
Right.
He's the fly inside you, and you are you inside the Superfly. Anyway, that has been just a few questions.
That's terrible. We're having no lightning crashes.
Oh, we got to do. That's right. That's on another page. See, it keeps throwing me off when I don't have it on the same page.
What is wrong?
So it's time for lightning strikes. True or false? Jeff Goldblum played an alien in a 1989 romantic comedy.
True.
The title of that movie was Earth Girls Are Easy or My Space Guy.
Earth Girls Are Easy.
True or false? Jeff Goldblum played Mahoney in Police Academy.
False.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. You are correct.
Dude, come on.
No, I fat fingered it and hit the wrong button. What alien attack movie am I referring to? It's starring DJ Jazzy Jeff Goldblum and the Fresh Prince.
Independence Day.
That is correct, sir. Alice in Chains album relevant to today's questions.
5,
4,
dinosaurs
3,
put us
2, 1. Jar of Flies.
Oh yeah, I forgot jar of flies.
More attractive to flies, mouse poop or dog poop?
I'm gonna go dog poop. I don't know why. I'm just guessing.
Dead fish or old fruit?
Old fruit.
Either one would have been fine. A festering sewer or Courtney loves vagina?
Courtney loves vagina.
Good answer. Good answer. Who was Jeff Goldblum's female co-star in The Fly?
Oh, it was Louise. Your name's right here.
Gina Davis.
Yes!
All right, so what other movie has Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis done together? There's two of them. I'll take either one.
There was The Fly.
Mm-hmm.
They did 2 other ones?
They did 2 other movies together.
Really?
There's a few other things they did together, I'll tell you that.
Well, weren't they married?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
We're over time.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Earth Girls Are Easy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Transylvania 65000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis are ex-husband and wife or good friends and co-owners of Apartments.com?
Ex-husband and wife.
My mouse died. There we go. Change your apartment, change the world, or change your apartment, get rid of bed bugs.
Change your apartment, get rid of it.
Get rid of bed bugs? So that's the slogan? Change your apartment, get rid of bed bugs?
There you go.
That's the ghetto version of Apartments.com. That's duplexes.com. Well, we want to thank everybody for joining us here inside the mothership. I'm Ailey Stone.
I'm T-Unit.
Until next time, peace.
See ya.
I know it was just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe. And I know that I am not under alien control.
You're inside the mothership.
Son of a bitch.
It's starting to get warm outside. Pretty soon my balls are going to stick to my leg. I got to get me some freedom.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cooling. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
I used to be a nice girl. Until Alien Stone took me for a ride in his mothership. Now I'm an intergalactic hottie. Thank you, Alien Stone.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done?
Look at the turning wheel.
The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water.
Dead in the water.
Beg for mercy and Under the Blade.
We live our lives under a blade.
Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Hi, everybody. Are you tired of feeling sluggish all the time? Frequent bathroom breaks cutting into your workday? Can't sleep at night? Try Colovax. Colovax is a new technology that takes the power of a shop vac and uses it to thoroughly clean out your insides.
With its patented technology, Colovax cuts your bathroom visits down to once a month.
My name is Russ Russellford, and I use the Colovax once every 2 weeks to keep me limber. Now I can play catch with my son all day and never get tired or have to poop. Colovax really sucks ass. In a good way.
Colovax has not been clinically tested, so when considering Colovax, the following side effects may include goosebumps, whooping cough, crying spell, intense spouts of rage, severe depression, arousal, heart explosion, ejaculation, silent fart, anal fissures, and loss of hair and teeth.
If you use Colovax, please contact a physician if you experience any goosebumps, whooping cough, crying spells, intense spouts of rage, depression, arousal, heart explosion, ejaculation, silent farts, anal fissures, loss of hair and teeth.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your Vajir holes, it's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Excuse me, sir. There's been a little problem in the cockpit.
The cockpit? What is it?
It's a little room in the front of the plane where the pilot sits.
Get out!
We were doing this long before you came in, sir.
Inside this room, all of my dreams become realities, and some of my realities become dreams.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
All right, everybody, welcome to hour number 2 of the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. We are screaming through the galaxy at triple redunculous speeds, but you can relax. Why? Because. Just cuz, that's why. No, because the gravitational plates are gravitating, the inertia canceller is canceling, and the deflector array is wearing its mask as per the governor's orders. And we are broadcasting live directly into your Vajir holes on Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, J. Parker Radio, United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, and the Western Reserve Digital Radio. We're also live not live, we're also in syndication and rebroadcast around the world on other beautiful and wonderful, fantastic stations like 920 WON The Apple in New York City, New York, 27.7 The Stream in Chicago, 97.1 KGSB FM Get Smashed Radio in Seattle, and then we head on over to Florida, and we got IRN Internet Radio Network, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, and in Canada with Prodcore Radio and Pure Rock Radio. And there's so many other stations. I can't say them all every single time. I'm running out of breath. So, folks, wherever it is that you are listening, by all means, you can send me an email, questions, comments, complaints, nude pictures, whatever you want. Send them on over to Alienstone at alienxradio.com. Again, that's Alienstone at alienxradio.com. Music can be submitted to newmusic at alienxradio.com. And if you're interested in picking up one of our shows on your radio station, we've got the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space and Inside the Mothership. That's a 2-hour broadcast. This one's a 3-hour broadcast. Just send a query, if you will, to programming at alienxradio.com. Again, I am Alien Stone, and we are getting hour number 2 underway. Punchlines on the way, music for your Vajir holes, more classic Just a Few Questions, bad movie flashbacks, and yesterday's brand new episode of Just a Few Questions. All of that and more right here on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
You see, we got the power to turn back time.
The Rubik's Cube takes all my time. My fashion sense is years behind. Jordache jeans, a mullet too. My striper shirt, no motley crew. Where did the 80s go? When hairspray cut and ozone hole. Where did the 80s go? Metal spikes and chains. You need the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. Rock with the best, or burn like toast. Listen to me, around the cross is my key. Take what I've learned and you won't get burned. Where did the 80s go? The king of pop had his own note. Where did the 80s go? No one knew about J-Lo. Why did my decade bleed? But Halen still had David Lee. Back to the future on silver screen. Where did the 80s go? A culture club on solid gold. Where did the world go wrong? With Pac-Man, Fever, and Donkey Kong. Movies were lots of fun. 16 Candles and Top Gun. We made it through somehow. The future lived. Nostalgia now.
I used to be a nice girl. Until Alien Stone took me for a ride in his mothership. Now I'm an intergalactic hottie. Thank you, Alien Stone.
See all the street lights, that book gang of doubles. Rainy reflections on a black top mirror. Just like the colors in a pool of gasoline. Polarize your vision and the world is so much clearer. And in the stream of pointless little distractions, the main objective, keep the answers in those seats. A misdemeanor treated like a light infraction. Just serve up cold revenge, but make it sweet. Another day of paradise. Another day of paradise. Another day I roll the dice. We get a sunlight from carcinogenic coffins. Kentucky Fried Skin, George Hamilton style. And everybody smile. But there are many ways to sail the somber waters and other avenues that make it redirect. Don't ride upon the vehicle that misdirection steers. Complacency is what a fool accepts. Another day of paradise. Another day of paradise. Another day I'll roll the dice. Everybody's out to get something for nothing, and life is so much better on the net. The grammar school of Jersey turn signals are extinct, so I just write and jam and sing these songs until I'm dead. But there are many ways to sail the somber waters and other avenues that make it redirect. Don't ride upon the vehicle that misdirection steers. Complacency, that's what a fool accepts. Another day of paradise. Another day of paradise. Another day I roll the dice.
Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
All right, folks, it is once again time for The Punchlines. Punchlines being brought to you by Igor's Lube and his family of products. Look them up online at www.igorslube.com or look them up on Facebook. That's Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow because everything is smoother with Igor's Lube. Oregon thief berated mom who left 4-year-old boy in the car that he stole. A car thief who found a toddler in the backseat of a stolen vehicle drove back and chastised the mother for leaving the child unattended before taking off again. The woman went into the grocery store about 15 feet, that's 5 yards, from the car Saturday, leaving her 4-year-old child inside with the engine running and the vehicle unlocked, said the Beaverton police. I'm going to repeat that because I want that part of this story to be burned into your mind as well as the car was stolen. A woman went into a grocery store about 15 feet, that's 5 yards, from the car on Saturday, leaving her 4-year-old child inside with the engine running and the vehicle unlocked, said the Beaverton police. A store employee told authorities the woman was in the market for a few minutes before someone began to drive away with her SUV. Once the thief realized that the toddler was in the back seat, he drove back, berated the woman for leaving the child unattended, told the woman to take the child, and drove away in the stolen vehicle. He actually lectured the mother for leaving the child in the car and threatened to call the police on her, said the police in their report. Authorities said that the woman did nothing wrong and was within sight and sound of the child. Remember what I told you to burn into your mind earlier? They said the incident served as a good reminder to take extra precaution with children. Okay, that to take extra precaution with children is as dumb as what I've heard before. Hey, put something important in the back seat so that when you get to work, you don't forget and leave your child out there in the cold all day. Really? Something important in your back seat? Like your child isn't important. Really? Okay, if your briefcase is more important, then I don't know, man. You need a nanny or something. And they said it was within sight and sound. Inside the store. Engine running. 4-year-old child. Doors unlocked. She did everything wrong. She did nothing right at all. What if it wasn't stolen? What if the kid just crawled into the front seat, bumped it into gear, and drove out into traffic? Because it's running, right? Anyway, she's an idiot. Obviously, we're thankful that he brought the little one back and had the decency to do at least that. Okay. Well, yeah. He just wants to steal a car. He doesn't want to kidnap a child. The vehicle was found a few hours later in Portland, but police are still searching for the thief. Police said anyone with information on the theft should contact the department. However, I just must say, folks, she did nothing wrong is a dumb statement. She did everything wrong in that. Everything. If the car had not been stolen, and a concerned citizen had walked up, seen a 4-year-old child in the back seat of a car that's running with the doors unlocked and no parent to be seen anywhere, they could have called the police anyway, right? And there still would have been an issue. Right? Why? Because that is wrong. You can't do that, folks. I don't care. I'm sorry, there's rules and stuff. And that has been the punchline. I cannot believe the mentality of some people. You know, they just... they don't get it. Anyway, folks, we are going to be back with The Locals right after this.
Here's this week's bad movie flashback.
No. Please, no, not that.
Sorry to disturb you at this hour, but I have something you want. A new TV?
It broadcast programs no one had ever seen.
Wednesday at 9, don't miss an all-new episode of The Silencer of the Lambs.
Then one night, Roy and Helen Nabel got sucked in and discovered that hell is one TV show after another.
Let's welcome our new contestants, Roy and Helen Nabel.
They're starring in every show.
I've watched enough wrestling to know one thing. It's all fake. No one ever gets it.
Not fake. Not fake.
Now, they can't go home. They can only switch channels.
Where'd he go?
Hey, lady, watch out!
And every series is a nightmare.
That's entertainment.
Because Satan is the sponsor.
Okay, everybody. Head spins. Very good.
Don't miss this comedy from hell.
Party time! It's excellent!
That'll save her.
Nah!
Stay tuned.
Where have you been?
Oh, yeah, that was a great movie, by the way, man. Stay tuned. Anyway, folks, it is now time for a little segment that we call The Locals. That's right. That means that here in the Detroit area, there are many, many bands that submit music to the station. They come onto the show. They hang out with the radio station, and they come on just to hang out on the show sometimes and not perform, not just to hang out and answer just a few questions and things of that nature. Those are called our local bands. So those that submit music to the station and are considered the locals will feature little spotlights like this one right here called The Locals.
And now it's time for the locals.
Alien Stone took me up inside the mothership, and they did all kinds of experiments on me. And now, I don't like country music no more.
Look at the turning wheel and the changing of the color and the speed. Your mind.
Was just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe, and I know that I am not under alien control.
You're inside the mothership.
Son of a bitch.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
What is up, everyone? Prospect here with the weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. The NFL is in the home stretch with about a month to go, and while the action on the field is heating up with the Bucs taking on the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, it's all the action happening off the field that's got people talking. Let's look at the head coaching hires that took place the last few days. Jacksonville hired former Ohio State and Florida head coach Urban Meyer. Meyer was looked at by the Jags for quite some time after the team fired Doug Marrone. After the Jets snagged Robert Saleh from the clutches of Detroit, like I mentioned in an earlier report, which some people are calling the best acquisition in the history of the team, the NFC North bottom dwellers took a huge chance on hiring Dan Campbell. The former Miami Dolphins interim head coach should be a familiar name to the Motor City, playing 3 seasons as a wide receiver with the team and catching only 23 passes. Campbell made news in his press conference with his no-nonsense approach to his vision of the team, stating that he sees promise in a team and city that has been knocked down so many times only to get back up, and vows to have his team, quote, bite your kneecaps off. Can't fault the guy for being brash with a team that has always had to prove themselves every year. The LA Chargers had to look way far back into Division III college football to get their man, Brandon Staley. Staley coached for John Carroll University before taking the role of LA Rams defensive coordinator. And the Atlanta Falcons hired former Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator Arthur Smith as their new head coach. Smith replaces interim coach Raheem Morris after the team fired Dan Quinn after 4 seasons with the team. All in all, a group of very interesting acquisitions the past few days. And in a surprising move, the Patriots have welcomed back now former head coach Matt Patricia to their staff. This may be a curse for Lions players as the Patriots brought someone back who now is very familiar with their playbook and play style. The baseball world lost a pioneer last week as Hank Aaron passed away at the age of 86 years old. Aaron, as we all know, was a legend of the sport not only for African American fans, but fans of all races. For most of his career and the decades that followed, Hammerin' Hank was the home run king with 755 dingers, breaking Babe Ruth's record of 715, which was met with harsh racist threats in a time where Jim Crow was still in force, putting a dark cloud on what was supposed to be an impressive feat. His record stood until Barry Bonds broke it in 2007, and despite being accused of using performance-enhancing drugs during that season, Aaron still recognized the milestone, saying it was time for someone else to hold the record after 3 decades with it. The Milwaukee Brewers, where he basically spent all his career with when they were the Braves before they relocated to Atlanta, will have his number 44 on their sleeves, and both the Atlanta Falcons of the NFL and Atlanta United of the MLS will retire the number from their respective teams next season. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect. Say until next time, Prospect out.
With the weather quickly changing, it might be a good time to have your furnace or air conditioner checked out by a professional.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. Alien X Radio.
Resistance is futile. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
All right, folks, here we are, the second half of hour number 2, which means the second half of the show. You didn't even feel that turnaround. That's the inertia canceller, second to none, man. Installed Jupiter Station. Just saying. And you know what? It's a tricky thing navigating around Jupiter, too, because they got, you know, how many moons? What, 72 moons or some crazy stuff like that? Yeah. And an enormous werewolf population. Okay? Anyway. Going to get to the little segment that we're going to do here. It's called Just a Few Questions. And we do this during the show Inside the Mothership, which airs at 12 noon Eastern every Sunday right here on this fantastic radio station. 12 noon Eastern on Alien X Radio and our other live affiliates. We do this little segment. It's called Just a Few Questions. We did one just yesterday, which we will be doing the replay of that next hour. Right now, we're going all the way back to this past summer on August 30th. This one's called Dungeons and Dragon Poop. And you're listening to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Just a few questions.
All right, everybody, it is that time once again. That's right, I had a little bit of time off. And usually when I have some time off and I come back and I do just a few questions, it's weird.
No shite.
It's going to be weird anyway, really. You know.
Hold on. I'm powering down for this. I have a feeling I'm going to need this.
He's powering down. He needs to focus all of his energy into answering just a few questions. For those of you just tuning in, the show starts at 12 noon, which means you're late. Try harder next time. Anyway, Just a Few Questions is being brought to you by Igor's Lube and Igor's family of products. Check out their brand new product, Igor's Governor Glue, a.k.a. the Gretsch Trap. So, are you ready, sir?
Yup.
Here we go.
Nope.
It's the year of our Lord, 1349.
The day of the Lord.
You have been working in your garden all morning. While picking tomatoes and pulling weeds in the hot sun, you become a bit thirsty, so you take a break and head for the village well. The other villagers are outside going about their day. The blacksmith plunges a hot glowing sword into a bucket of water, waves and shouts, "Good morning, sir!" You shout, "Good morning," in return, as you accidentally step in a pile of horse crap. As you are digging the dookie out of your sandals, you see a very large shadow swoop past. You freeze because you have seen this before. As you look up, your suspicions are confirmed. Your village is just moments from being attacked by a dragon. Taking a very deep breath, you shout out a warning, "Dragon!" Just then, the beast dives and begins spewing fire into the street below. You run into the blacksmith shop to find him hiding under a table as he's shouting, "I just make them, I don't use them." So what weapon will you grab from his shop? Will it be A, the sword he was just working on, B, a 10-foot jousting lance, C, a bow and arrow with dragon scale piercing arrowheads, or D, a bazooka left by a time traveler?
Oh, I'm going with the bazooka.
There is a wild card answer. And go.
See,
I didn't mean to be the hook on that. I just wanted to make sure you knew there was one.
I know, but see now
the sword he was just working on.
But no, definitely don't want that.
Okay.
It's not done.
Okay.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be working on it.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I'm thinking arming, dragon piercing bow and arrow is a good, first attempt.
Seems like a good initial.
Yeah.
Dragon piercing,
the 10-foot jousting thing. No, ain't nobody got time for that.
You want to get 10 feet within the dragon?
No. That's why I'm thinking bow and arrow. But when you say bazooka,
left by a time traveler, obviously, yeah.
It's like drop mic. I'm going bazooka.
Going bazooka. You're going to be Bazooka Joe on this one.
Bazooka Joe, baby.
All right. Okay.
Firing back at the dragon.
Gotcha.
Body side. Lung shot, baby. Blown up. Everybody's eating dragon steaks. The world's happy.
Tasty. Dragon bacon. You ain't lived
until you had dragon bacon.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Little dragon belly. Cut that up.
Exactly. Saute with some onions.
Man. Telling you what, dude.
What's the wild card?
Tastes like chicken. The wild card answer you did not choose was a rubber band and a paper clip.
Oh, I'm so glad I chose the bazooka.
That's right. Otherwise, you'd have got that donkey sound. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah. All right, so your bonus question is, between the fireballs, the dragon is shouting down at the people below, telling them that today's the day they feed the beast. In whose voice is the flying monster shouting? Is it the voice of Sean Connery? Fran Drescher?
Yes.
Kripke from The Big Bang Theory?
Oh.
Or Stephen Hawking?
What's wrong with you, dude? Oh, dude, you want to know what would be cool? We can have a wild card answer and say D, a mixture of all the above.
Every other word is in the other voice.
I know, dude.
That'd be so strange. Sean Connery, Fran Drescher, Kripke from The Big Bang Theory, or Stephen Hawking is the voice of the dragon. As he is shouting, today is the day you feed the beast.
I'm going to go with Kripke from Big Bang Theory, dude. Even though Fran, I'm glad you threw in the Fran. That's like adding a little bit of pepper, in on the thing, a little bit of spice to it. You know
what I just realized, though? I think, today is the day you feed the beast. There's nothing in there Kripke would say wrong, is there? Today is the way he's sweet. I don't know. Still be funny, though.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? He puts the W's in there like Baba Walters.
Right.
Okay. You want Kripke?
I'm still going Kripke, dude.
Kripke from The Big Bang Theory is the voice of the dragon that is spewing fire onto your village right now. Wow.
Blowing them up with the bazooka.
You got the bazooka, that's right. You chose the bazooka.
Yep.
So.
Question number 2.
Question number 2 is, you run outside with your weapon of choice. Take one look at the dragon and run back in to get all of them. Then, just as the beast is about to set the blacksmith shop ablaze, it grabs its stomach and growls in a voice. Kripke's voice. Not a Gwen. That's it. I'm seeing a doctor when I get back home.
Look at how you're trying to do it.
I'm trying so hard.
That's why you didn't want me to choose them.
It then lands behind a clump of trees to take a giant dragon dump.
Oh, no.
Without a cloud in the sky, it suddenly sounds like a thunderstorm as the fiery demon lizard's flatulence echoes throughout the village. You take this time to evacuate the others. You tell the terrified blacksmith to lead them out of the town and into the mountain caves to the north. You will stay behind to kill the dragon. As you make your way through the trees and into a cloud of methane gas, you can see the silhouette of a giant steaming pile of poo. Oh, that's gross. In your best Jeff Goldblum voice, you say,
that is one big pile of shit.
As your eyes begin to water, you quickly remember that you still have your face mask in your pocket from your last trip to Sir Wall of Mars. Good thing the Duke's executive order mandated masks because of the plague. What do you do next? A, slowly walk around the pile with your weapons ready, looking for the dragon whilst intense music plays softly and then slowly builds for dramatic effect. B, plunge your fists deep into the feces and pull out a good chunk, rubbing it all over yourself so that you can blend into the pile like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator. Then wait for the beast to wipe and attack.
You did that in mud, though.
There's no mud available.
Right.
C, you realize that the sword was not sharpened yet. Haha, you're right. See, it wasn't done. So you drop it. You realize that the lance is nothing more than medieval sporting equipment. That's not a weapon. So you drop that as well. You use the rubber band to shoot a paperclip to the side to distract the dragon. Then shoot him from behind with the dragon scale piercing arrows that may or may not work because they've never been tested. Or D, after you walk a bit further, you now see just how big the dragon is and that it's already distracted. So you drop everything, take aim with the bazooka, and fire. There is no wild card answer. Which do you choose?
I'm firing the bazooka, man.
You're going bazooka on this.
Go big or go home.
Plus, it's you can't get that weapon anywhere else, right? It was left by a time traveler.
Fight fire with fire.
I'm with you on that. So you're going to choose the bazooka.
Yes. Right? Did Metallica say that? Fight fire with fire.
Yeah, I'm sure they did at some point.
Like that.
So, your bonus question is, why was the dragon already distracted?
Yeah, why was he distracted?
I'm asking you.
Oh, I don't know.
Why do you think the dragon was already distracted? He flew behind a giant clump of trees to take a big giant dump. You walk back there, you see the dump, you walk around, he's already distracted, you drop everything, you pull out your bazooka and you fire. Why was he already distracted?
Looking for paper?
That's a good answer for creativity. My answer was this. Just like people, he was on the cell phone while crapping.
Oh! Good job.
Medieval cell phone.
I figured he'd be looking for some good leaves.
That's good. Yeah. The other one said that while he was wiping, you would attack him from behind.
Right.
So there was wiping involved. So that's a good answer. I'll go with that.
Thank you.
That brings us to
Question number 3.
Question number 3.
You don't say.
After you realize that the bazooka is really the only weapon you have with a chance of killing the beast, you take aim and fire. Oh, it was glorious. As the bazooka launched its dragon-seeking missile at the monster, the methane gas ignited and the entire forest and village blew up. Yes, the
Good job out of me.
Yes, the dragon is dead. But at what cost? The village was lost anyway. There was once a beautiful community. Now there is just ashes, dragon parts, and lots of poop. Lots and lots of poop. Poop everywhere! Somehow you managed to be protected by a large deposit of undigested peanuts in the creature's crap. Yeah! As you stumble out of the decimated village, the townfolk find you and blame you for the loss of their homes. They call you a witch. They say that you used the dark arts to conjure a demon to destroy the dragon in exchange for the village itself. After the medieval court found you guilty, instead of being burned at the stake for being a witch, you have been sentenced to life in a medieval Turkish dungeon.
Oh, no.
It's always a Turkish prison of some kind, ain't it? Your cellmates are Yusuf and Igor, who are there for grave robbing. How will you spend your first night? A, wide awake with both of your hands over your butthole. B, conspiring with Igor to shank Yusuf with a sharpened toothbrush in his sleep as a preemptive strike. C, conspire with Yusuf to smother Igor in his sleep because you realize that toothbrushes have not been invented yet. Or D, announce loudly, it's gonna be a great night! No dragons, bread, water, good friends. Bust out the toilet hooch and Igor's lube. Anyone up for a naked game of Twister? And there is a wild card answer. Go.
I'm tempted to go with D, but I'm also tempted just to roll with the wild card, just because I want to know what the wild card is if D was that good. Let's go with the wild card.
You're going with the wild card answer. The wild card answer is Naked Game of Twister. And while they are distracted with how awkward it is putting their left hand on green with their wieners out, you shank them with the toothbrush that you invented just so that you can sharpen it and shank them with it.
Oh, that was pretty creativity of me.
Yeah. You were like, I can't sharpen a toothbrush because they don't exist yet. Let me invent one so I can sharpen it and then stab them. That was very clever.
Very quick.
That's right. And you got them all messed up on the toilet hooch first.
Because it was the first night.
That's right. Your bonus question is, why do you think everyone in the medieval times had such bad teeth?
Because they didn't have toothbrushes.
Right, because when invented, the toothbrush was sharpened and used as a shank. Very good answer. And that has been just a few questions. We move on now to Lightning Strikes. What was the name of the luck dragon in the Never-Ending Story?
Started with an N, didn't it?
It did not.
Oh, then I'm not going to know it.
Falcor! It was Falcor, yeah. All right.
And I knew at the beginning of this thing, of the segment, that Never Ending Story was in
The Never-Ending Story. La, la, la. Yeah. Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called what?
Luxury?
In a land called Hanalei. Hanalei. That was the name of the place that he lived. It was a magic place. It was a magic island.
The Magic Dragon.
Yeah, he was. He was Puff the Magic Dragon.
Song about weed, man.
He's telling you, man. Who was the voice of the dragon in Dragonheart?
I got nothing.
It was Sean Connery. Sean Connery was the voice of the dragon in Dragonheart.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
And Dennis Quaid, he played the hero in that movie. Have you seen a picture of me lately? I look like The Walking Dead. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, let's move on here.
Yeah.
A bearded dragon. Is it a lizard or a sex move?
A lizard?
Correct. It's a lizard. Correct.
Does anybody else concur on that? Is that what you're researching?
No, I knew that one. They have them in pet stores. They're called the bearded dragon. Not the bearded clam.
Although I just might have
That's
invented something last night that I could call the bearded dragon.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. Now there's a name for it, so that's what I'm going to call it.
Used to be called the angry goatee.
That's right.
Now it's the bearded dragon. All right, so what is most likely to be the center of the earth? What is most likely to be at the center of the earth? Crab people, lizard people, or a solid iron core surrounded by liquid nickel alloy?
C.
He's like, C, because I don't want to say it. C. Third one, the last one you said. That is correct. That's what it is, folks. It's kind of hard to live in a solid iron core surrounded by molten liquid nickel alloy. Man. All right, so true or false? False. Luck dragons can fly but have no wings.
True.
That is true. They do not have wings. Luck dragons do not have wings. True or false? Luck dragons have the head of a feline.
False.
That is correct. They have the head of a canine. Right? They have a dog head. Not a cat head. It's a dog head. Cats from hell. Cats from hell. Iron Maiden got their name from a medieval torture device or Robo-Maid from Spaceballs.
Medieval torture device.
Very good, very good.
Send it to the Iron Maidens.
Excellent.
Execute them.
Bogus. Give me the medieval definition and the new definition of these words. Glory hole. There's a medieval definition of what is a glory hole back in the old days, and what is a glory hole referring to today?
I don't know what it is back in the day, but in the current day, isn't the little hole you kind of, and then somebody's like, oh, on the other side of it?
That is correct for half of the score. So I'll give you half of like, that cuts off like that, and half of half that. So you half right. So the answer is a glass blowing oven.
Oh, okay.
It's called a glory hole back in the day. And, of course, you are right, it's an anonymous sex wall. Exactly. You be real careful, too. Make sure that there's some padding around it so you don't get chafed and
That's
splinters and things. Just saying. Okay, here's another word. Give me the old medieval definition and the new definition. Jousting.
So, medieval is when you're on the two horses and
Correct.
Trying to knock the other person off the horse.
That's correct. I put down a knight's sporting event, which is correct.
Okay.
You are correct.
Currently,
yes.
I'm assuming it's gonna be some sexual move, but I don't know.
Wow, you know what the name? You know what it says here?
What?
Sex move. You said sexual move. So I'm gonna have to go. Yes, correct. It's also known as crossing swords. Yes. Yeah.
Again, I assume.
You assume. Yep. So finally, who was Puff the Magic Dragon's little boyfriend?
I don't know.
That's not his name. Little Jackie Paper. That was his name, Jackie Paper.
I gotta go listen to Puff the Magic Dragon on the way home.
Yeah, it's a good song, man. Brings me back to my old days as a kid at the campground. Listen to it in the camper.
Right.
Puff the Magic. Good stuff. Anyway, that has been just a few questions.
I used to be a nice girl. Until Alien Stone took me for a ride in his mothership. Now I'm an intergalactic hottie. Thank you, Alien Stone.
You know, it's about to start getting pretty hot outside. I think it's time I have a professional check out my air conditioning unit.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend?
Igor's Lube.
I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out?
Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube.
I got dry, flaky elbows.
Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Employment, family, love, and relationships. What does your future hold for you? We'll call the only psychic line that employs real psychics. Not phonies. I mean people who really can see your future. The Intergalactic Psychic family has all the answers. They have a complete staff of intergalactic aliens who have psychic and telepathic powers. Put your mind at ease. Call today and receive an autographed picture of Bill Clinton shaking hands with Kronk, the Intergalactic Psychic family's president. And remember, he's not only the ISF president, he's also the client. Call today at 1-900-935-5543. That's 1-900-935-5543. Just $35,000 for the first minute and your life savings each additional minute. So call today. That's 1-900-935-5543.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Phillips Milk of Amnesia, the over-the-counter remedy that works so well, you'll never remember why you used it in the first place.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
All right, everybody, welcome. It is hour number 3 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. An hour away from lunch. Are you hungry? What you going to eat? I don't know. We're broadcasting to people on the other side of the planet, too. They already had their breakfast. They had their lunch. They've gotten rid of their breakfast already, just before lunch, if you know what I'm saying. Dropping the kids off at the pool and such. But you're getting ready for dinner, I'm sure, right? So everybody's getting ready to eat. So what you going to eat? I don't know. Broadcasting to you live right now from the other side of Planet Chaos and from inside the mothership on Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, J. Parker Radio, United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, and the Western Reserve Digital Radio Network. And then in syndication and replay on K89, Mile High Radio, Good Talk, Pure Rock, Pure Core, United Sounds Choice, and WRPR Rat Pack radios, as well as WRFN 1025 in the UK, and the IRN Internet Radio Network. And then, some of our favorite affiliates that we've been with for so very long. 920 WON The Apple in New York City, New York, 24.7 The Stream in Chicago, and 97.1 KGSB FM Get Smashed Radio in Seattle, Washington. Hello. It's still morning, everybody. Here in Detroit, anyway. Thank you for allowing me to beam you aboard and trusting the technology to not put you together upside down or inside out. We got more music for your Vajir holes coming up, and also we're going to do the replay of yesterday's brand new episode of Just a Few Questions. It's called A Real Page Turner. So stick around for that. That is coming up, as well as another bad movie flashback, punchlines, a live recording from 36 Hours of Alien Xmas, and more. So without further delay, well, I guess I got a delay for a second here, so I load something in here. There we go. I guess without further delay, let's go ahead and get this hour underway with some North of Never Funeral Pyre on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
We'll never get on.
They rock your face off.
I used to be a nice girl. Until Alien Stone took me for a ride in his mothership. Now I'm an intergalactic hottie. Thank you, Alien Stone.
Thank you for having us out. Don't forget, keep on pledging all year long.
Got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8990. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Come on. Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
All right, folks. Once again, it is time for the punchlines. And as always, the punchlines are being brought to you by Igor's Lube and his family of products. Look for them at www.igorslube.com or on Facebook. It's Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow because everything is smoother with Igor's Lube. Perhaps you got your fist stuck in a gravy boat. Great way to get it unstuck. Igor's Lube will get you out of a tight spot or into one, if you know what I mean. French woman ruled dead in 2017. Fights to be declared alive. Seems like all the evidence that you would need would just be to show up, right? A French woman has an unusual problem. She's officially dead and has been trying for 3 years to prove that she is alive. The 58-year-old woman says that she lives in constant fear, not daring to leave her house in the village. Authorities seized her car over an unpaid debt she contests and which is the center of the troubles. She fears the family's furniture will be next. Her status has prevented her and her husband, who, man, this is really worded badly. The status of, wow, this is not typed correctly at all. Her status has prevented her and her husband, who is her legal beneficiary, along with her son. That's a lot of hers. For using their joint bank account. Being declared deceased has deprived her of other critical amenities. I no longer exist, she said by telephone. I don't do anything. I sit and write. She called the situation macabre. Her status as deceased is the result of a 2017 Lyon Court decision that deemed her dead, even though no death certificate was produced. The decision came at the end of a legal dispute with an employee over a former cleaning company who was seeking compensation after losing her job 20 years ago. This is all just so freaking weird. And out. I don't understand how things happen in France. Things are kind of weird. The way these, I don't get it. But the initial complaint in France's workers' court misfired, falling on her, whose lawyer claimed her company had no responsibility for the dismissal. A series of legal proceedings, decisions, and appeals followed, all the way to the court of, I'm sure I'm saying this wrong, cassation, France's highest court, which deemed the case as outside its domain, her and her lawyer said. So they basically bounced her this court case around so many times, and basically what it goes on to say is that, I'm assuming, because it doesn't really put all the dots together, but she never got any kind of summons or anything to ever show up to court all these years. Never once. So somehow, because it kept getting bounced around, they just figured out that, well, since she didn't show up, she must be dead. So they just went ahead and declared her dead without a death certificate, without anybody looking into this or anything of that nature. And because of that, the award automatically went to the other employee in the amount of $17,000 or 14,000 euros, which now puts the husband and the son in a bad position because, like I said, now their assets are being threatened over money that shouldn't have been awarded because the person that they were fighting against is actually alive. It's pretty insane, folks. It is pretty insane. And that has been the punchlines. Still got just a few questions. The brand spanking new episode called A Real Page Turner. That is coming up momentarily. But first, let's go ahead and bring you this.
Here's this week's bad movie flashback.
No. Please. No, not that.
Oh my God, I don't believe this is not happening.
We have got a poltergeist.
Okay, well, folks, I can do a clearance, but it's not going to be cheap. Although I do offer a 6-month guarantee.
Frank Bannister had a remarkable ability.
Psychic investigator?
To communicate with the dead.
That fellow takes us totally for granted.
Hey, Stuart, in or out, huh? Emanations are normally confined to the cemetery.
You cannot push spirits around!
Although they do escape.
And an uncanny knack.
We're gonna scare the living daylights out of your parents.
For making a profit off the living.
We're supposed to be his business partners.
Everyone says that you're a fraud, but I've seen what you can do.
But now, some things put the fear of death in the living.
What is happening to me?
And sent the dead running for their lives.
I've seen a figure in a cape.
When your number's up, that's it.
Frank, we got problems. All these murders that have been going on in Fairwater, they're gonna pin them on you.
From Universal Pictures and Robert Zemeckis.
You're next, pal.
And acclaimed director Peter Jackson.
We don't stop till the screaming starts, you dig?
The Frighteners.
I know it was just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe, and I know that I am not under alien control.
You're inside the mothership.
Son of a bitch.
Give us some static! You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership
For the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
When's the last time you had a good time? Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vajir holes.
All right, folks, we are coming up to our final break here of the show. And then we are going to come back with that replay of just a few questions from 1/24/21. That's right, folks, we're in 2021, right? That means everything that was crappy in 2020 is over, right? It's all better now. Everything's all better. Get ready for the sequel, folks. And just like in just like in the movies, the sequel is not going to be any better than the first. Pretty much going to suck more. That's just the way it goes. I hate to be the Debbie Downer on all that. I do, in fact, hate to be the Debbie Downer. But somebody has to be the Debbie Downer, right? Like somebody. Like we don't have enough people that are the Debbie Downer. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to take a short break, pausing the action for station identification to make sure that we get our news report out of the way. Or our sports report, rather. Wow, I can't believe I didn't have it loaded. And when we come back, just a few questions, so go nowhere. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
What is up, everyone? Prospect here with the weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. The NFL is in the home stretch with about a month to go, and while the action on the field is heating up with the Bucs taking on the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, it's all the action happening off the field that's got people talking. Let's look at the head coaching hires that took place the last few days. Jacksonville hired former Ohio State and Florida head coach Urban Meyer. Meyer was looked at by the Jags for quite some time after the team fired Doug Marrone. After the Jets snagged Robert Saleh from the clutches of Detroit, like I mentioned in an earlier report, which some people are calling the best acquisition in the history of the team, the NFC North bottom dwellers took a huge chance on hiring Dan Campbell. The former Miami Dolphins interim head coach should be a familiar name to the Motor City, playing 3 seasons as a wide receiver with the team and catching only 23 passes. Campbell made news in his press conference with his no-nonsense approach to his vision of the team, stating that he sees promise in a team and city that has been knocked down so many times only to get back up, and vows to have his team, quote, bite your kneecaps off. Can't fault the guy for being brash with a team that has always had to prove themselves every year. The LA Chargers had to look way far back into Division III college football to get their man, Brandon Staley. Staley coached for John Carroll University before taking the role of LA Rams defensive coordinator. And the Atlanta Falcons hired former Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator Arthur Smith as their new head coach. Smith replaces interim coach Raheem Morris after the team fired Dan Quinn after 4 seasons with the team. All in all, a group of very interesting acquisitions the past few days. And in a surprising move, the Patriots have welcomed back now former head coach Matt Patricia to their staff. This may be a curse for Lions players as the Patriots brought someone back who now is very familiar with their playbook and play style. The baseball world lost a pioneer last week as Hank Aaron passed away at the age of 86 years old. Aaron, as we all know, was a legend of the sport not only for African American fans, but fans of all races. For most of his career and the decades that followed, Hammerin' Hank was the home run king with 755 dingers, breaking Babe Ruth's record of 715, which was met with harsh racist threats in a time where Jim Crow was still in force, putting a dark cloud on what was supposed to be an impressive feat. His record stood until Barry Bonds broke it in 2007, and despite being accused of using performance-enhancing drugs during that season, Aaron still recognized the milestone, saying it was time for someone else to hold the record after 3 decades with it. The Milwaukee Brewers, where he basically spent all his career with when they were the Braves before they relocated to Atlanta, will have his number 44 on their sleeves, and both the Atlanta Falcons of the NFL and Atlanta United of the MLS will retire the number from their respective teams next season. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect. Say until next time, Prospect out.
With the weather quickly changing, it might be a good time to have your furnace or air conditioner checked out by a professional.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer? Igor?
That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
This is Rob. Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. Alien X Radio. Resistance is futile.
This is Rob K from the Creeping Chaos, and you're listening to Alien X Radio.
Woke up in the morning, put on my new plastic glove, served some reheated Salisbury steak with a little slice of love. Got no clue what the chicken pot pie is made of. Just know everybody's doing all right down here in lunch lady land. Well, I wear this net on my hair, 'cause my red hair is falling out. I wear these brown orthopedic shoes, 'cause I got a bad case of the gout. I know you want seconds on the corn dogs, but there's no reason to shout. Everybody gets enough food down here in the magical lunch lady land. Well, yesterday's meatloaf is today's Sloppy Joe's. Sloppy Joe. And my breath reeks of tuna, and there's lots of black hairs coming out of my nose. Oh, hoagies and grinders, hoagies and grinders. Navy beans, navy beans, navy beans, navy beans, navy beans. Hoagies and grinders, hoagies and grinders. Navy beans, meatloaf sandwich. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe, yeah. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe. Now who got sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe, yeah. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe. Now yeah. Then one morning, yeah, I woke up to see all the pepperoni pizza was looking at me. He screamed, "Oh, why do you burn me and serve me up cold?" I said, "I got the spatula, just do what you're told." And the liver and onion started joining the fight, and the chocolate pudding pushed me with all its might. Then the chop suey slapped me and it kicked me in the head. It's called revenge lunch, lady, said the garlic bread. I said, "What did I do to make you all so mad that when you got flabby arms and your breath is bad?" Then the green bean said, "You better run and hide." Then my friend Sloppy Joe came and joined my side. He said, "If it wasn't for the lunch lady, the kids wouldn't eat you. You should be shaking her hand and saying, 'Pleased to meet you.' She gives you a purpose and she gives you a goal. You should be kissing her feet and kissing her more. Now all the anger food, just leave me alone. And we all live together in a happy home. Thanks to Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe, yeah. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe, yeah. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe, yeah. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe. Well, me and Sloppy Joe got married. we got 6 kids and we're doing just fine. Down in lunch, lady land.
I know it was just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe. And I know that I am not under alien control.
You're inside the mothership.
Son of a bitch.
And now it's time to answer just a few questions.
All right, folks, it is my favorite time in the showgram. It is time to answer just a few questions. It's mental drippings and verbal diarrhea that we gather together in a bucket and smell test it. I don't know. Are you ready, sir, to answer just a few questions?
Am I ever ready?
No, how can you be? We've said this before. There's no way to prepare. So we'll just jump right in.
Question number 1.
Question number 1. It's 8 p.m. and you are all in your jammies, snug in your bed.
Ain't that the truth?
You know you need to get up early tomorrow, but you look at the nightstand and see that new book that you got at the flea market just a few days ago. You think to yourself, maybe just a quick chapter before I go to sleep. So you lean over and grab it. As you perch your glasses on the tip of your nose, you read the book's title out loud, The Night Stalker. You open the book and read the synopsis. A horror writer moves into a secluded cabin to work on a new book. He quickly
begins to realize that he is not alone in the woods and may now be caught up in the very story he's trying to write. Sounds like a good book, right? Sure. I want to read it. So you begin to read chapter number 1. At some point while reading, you drift off to sleep. At 5 a.m., your alarm goes off, waking you. As you sit up in bed, rubbing your eyes, stretching and yawning, you look about the room in wonderment. You are now in the cabin from the book. You look for the nightstand where the book was sitting, and there's now a card table with a typewriter, a short stack of paper, and dozens of crumpled up pieces on the ground all around the table. You jump out of bed and run over to the door to see that it has been barricaded from inside. You look out the window and see a man dressed in a black robe and a skull mask standing on the porch. What do you do next? A. Unbarricade the door, swing it open and shout, "No solicitors and no Jehovah's Witnesses!" B. Unbarricade the door, swing it open and shout, "The deal was 30 minutes or less or it's free, bucko. And you better have remembered the breadsticks this time." Or C. Call Uber Eats and tell them they really need to work on their driver screening process. Or D. Roll with it. This has got to be better than going to work. Invite the Night Stalker in for some breakfast and a naked game of Twister. There is a wild card answer, and go.
Definitely not going to be playing naked game of Twister with him.
Not with the Night Stalker? No. Skullface Night Stalker, no Twister.
Because I was going to go with it up until that point. Invite him in, but up until that point,
no.
I feel like calling for the Uber Eats people would be like a waste of time.
Right, it would just get some kind of... Hello, press 1 if you would like to make a complaint about the Night Stalker food delivery service.
You are calling about the Night Stalker, please press 1.
Press 2 of a recording of us pretending like we care.
Yes, my name is Bob. That is B.O.B. You spell it backwards, you still get me.
I'm going to go with the wild card, bro.
The wild card answer
Throw
is,
it at me.
You jump behind the typewriter and create a horror version of The Punisher meets Scooby-Doo Voorhees.
Oh. Scooby-Doo Voorhees?
Scooby-Doo Voorhees. You're out in the woods. You got the night. Oh, yeah. So you just put together your own little story.
All right, gotcha.
Bonus question is, what is your writer name? The way you create it is your middle name followed by the street you grew up on, or your favorite villain followed by your favorite candy bar. For instance, mine would be Jason Parkwood or Shonuff Mr. Goodbar. I like that, actually. Shonuff Mr. Goodbar.
Well, mine would be William Risa Lane, if it was a street.
That actually sounds like a good author name. Because it's your writer's name.
Right.
That actually works.
And then what was the other one?
It would be your favorite villain followed by your favorite candy bar. So Shonuff Mr. Goodbar.
I don't know who my favorite villain would be. Honestly, you know what my favorite villain is? This is honest to God, but I don't remember who he was. But the movie Runaway, Gene Simmons played a mean dude.
Oh,
He's
yeah, I know
my
what you're
favorite.
talking about. Yeah.
He was like my favorite villain, dude. He freaked me out.
We'll just go with Gene.
Okay, so we'll go Gene Snickers. Yeah, we'll go with William Risa.
All right. That one does sound like an author's name. So it sounds
like not made up.
Yeah. Sounds pretty good. All right, bringing us to
Question number 2.
Question number 2. Just as the skull-faced guy in the black robe cuts your head off with an axe.
Oh.
Yep. You are back in your cozy little bed again.
Oh.
Was it just a dream? Was it a hallucination? Did you have some bad clams? You look over at the nightstand and see the book from the flea market. You quickly reach over, grabbing it. As you fumble your glasses onto your face, you read the title out loud. Long Live the Dead? You look puzzled as you are sure it was called The Night Stalker. You open the book and read the synopsis. 4 inmates escape when their bus crashes during a prison transfer. After taking a guard hostage, they began looking for a place to hide out. Soon, they will find that the cops are the least of their worries. In a city crawling with zombies, they must find a way to work together if they are to survive at all. So you begin to read chapter number 1. At some point, while reading, you drift off to sleep again, and at 5 a.m. your alarm goes off, waking you. You quickly realize that it was not your alarm that woke you, but the sound of moaning and pounding on the door. No, it's not groupies trying to get out of your hotel room after finding out that you're just a bass player. It's a horde of flesh-eating zombies trying to get in and eat your brains. There are 4 rough-looking guys in orange jumpsuits leaning against the door, keeping them out. One of them yells at the other, "Mad Dog! Grab that dresser! Move it over here in front of the door!" You sit in your bed watching the men barricade the door. When they finish, they all turn around looking at you. What happens next? A. Tell the men you're feeling a little left out, being the only one that's not wearing a stylish, blood-spattered orange jumpsuit. B. Unbarricade the door, swing it open, shove them all out into a sea of the undead while shouting, "No solicitors and no Jehovah's Witnesses!" Or C. Roll with it. This has got to be better than going to work. Invite the inmates to stay for breakfast and a naked game of Twister. Maybe you can get a good recipe for toilet hooch. Or D. Just jump out the window into the zombies. Getting eaten is better than gang raped by 4 horny prisoners. There's a wild card. Answer and go.
It's like question 1 all over again.
You're either upset because you are not included in their fashion choices. Nobody gave you the memo.
Not really too worried about it.
You kick them all out because you think they're solicitors or Jehovah's Witnesses.
That could happen.
You trade their recipe. You trade a game of Naked Twister for their toilet hooch recipe.
We're definitely not doing that.
Okay. Or you jump out the window because it's a better alternative than staying in there with them.
It probably would be.
And then there's the wild card.
And we're going with that.
We're going with the wild card answer.
Gotta go with the wild.
All right. You ask Mad Dog why is he so mad, and if he has ever been to Turkey or Cleveland.
Sounds like something I would say.
Yep. And the bonus question is, what to call it? Igor's Hooch or Heiny Whiny?
Igor's Hooch.
Igor's Hooch, of course. That's a good name, actually. But it had to be a good quality hooch. Can't be toilet hooch.
No, it can't be toilet.
If we brewed in a toilet, it has to be a brand new toilet we've only used for hooch. Not pooch.
Right.
Or any of that. Bring us to
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Just as Mad Dog smothers you to death with a pillow, you again are in your bed as if it was all just in your head. You look over at Igor's Naked Twister home game, and it's still in the box, so maybe it was. When you slowly turn your sight to the nightstand and the book you got from the flea market, you are hesitant, but reach for it anyway. As you press your glasses into position with a shaky finger, terrified of what it might say, you read the title out loud. 50 Shades of Grey. You don't need to read the synopsis. You think you got all the info about this one you need on Facebook and free porn sites. So what do you do next? A, have a glass of wine and start counting sheep.
Yup.
B, install a leather sex swing and jungle gym over the bed. C, call work and tell them that you won't be coming in tomorrow because you're pretty sure you'll be tied up all day.
All right.
Or D, jump out of bed and start setting up the Naked Game Twister and beer pong table while singing Smile Darn You Smile from the Who Framed Roger Rabbit soundtrack. There's a wild card answer and go. like, oh,
I'm doing that, man.
Smile, darn ya, smile. Yeah. So that's what you're going to do.
That's what I'm going to do. Hell yeah.
So the wild card answer you did not choose. You just jump right up.
Jumping up. Getting up on it.
Setting it all up, man. Squirting all the...
Getting on it. Getting on it.
The wild card answer you did not choose. Toss the book into a shoebox and take it back to the flea market. Give it back to the old guy you got it from and tell him that you want the Mogwai he talked you out of.
Yeah.
Mogwai. Mogwai.
The bonus question. If you combined all of these stories into one strange and bizarre book, what would the title and synopsis be? A. Prisoners, Perverts, and Punishment. Igor hosts and holds a no-holds-barred international all-star naked twister tournament in Cleveland during a zombie outbreak, and an unknown owl wins it all in a Cinderella story. Or B.
I'm just going with A. I don't even hear B.
The strange, the deranged, and the chained. Inspector Igor uncovers a sex slave ring and sweatshop in a Turkish prison, exporting bootleg hooch and underaged hookers to Washington, D.C. Or C, make up your own synopsis.
I'm going with A.
You're going with A. Prisoners, Perverts, and Punishment. Igor hosts and holds a no-holds-barred international all-star naked twister tournament in Cleveland during a zombie outbreak, and an unknown owl wins it all in a Cinderella story.
It's all about the owl.
Wow. It's all about the owl.
It's all about the owl.
The Hutu movement.
The Hutu movement.
That's right. Bringing us to lightning strikes. What needs your mind's eye to create the picture? Movies or books?
Movies.
Wrong. They put the pictures on the screen. You have to use your mind's eye.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2. What shows you what you are supposed to see as you are supposed to see it? Movies or books?
Movies.
Correct. We just make me think, man. We just said it. Shows us. What is better to assist you in seeing over the steering wheel if you're too short? Movies or books?
Books.
Very good, very good. What did Amazon sell exclusively before it started selling dildos, lawn chairs, and macaroni and cheese?
Books.
Very good. It's amazing how many people today don't know that Amazon was just a bookstore. So many people don't know that. What is the proper name for a device that hangs from the ceiling that two people can fornicate in while suspended and moving back and forth?
Sex swing.
Sex swing. Very good. Very good. A piece of sporting equipment and a choking reflex can be another way of saying what? A piece of sporting equipment and a choking reflex can be another way of saying what?
I guess I don't know what.
A ball gag.
Oh.
A ball gag. Remember the 50 Shades of Grey thing?
Right.
And number 7.
I've never read the book. I've never seen the movie, man.
Well, you know it's about bondage. I mean, that's all you need to know. I didn't see it either.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff going on too, but yeah, there's a lot of bondage and craziness. Are skulls frightening because they do not have eyes, or are they frightening because you know they once had eyes?
They once had eyes.
Very good, very good.
Where's the owl who ate those eyes?
Right, exactly. He took them out with his pecker. Who might not be able to play Naked Twister very well, but still have lots of fun playing? Chippy number 5, the water-seeing squirrel, or a colorblind go-getter? Who might be able to play a naked game of
Colorblind
Twister?
go-getter.
Very good. I said red. I said red. I said red. That's it. Why do prisoners wear orange? Is it to bring out their eyes, or to make it easier for the wall snipers to spot and target inmates who have gotten out?
Oh, definitely wall sniper.
Absolutely. They tried camouflage. It didn't work so well.
You should do like fluorescent yellow.
With targets right on it.
Right, that'd be cool. Little black polka dot bat.
Yeah. Right there.
Right there.
Actually, what they do is they just put little red dots everywhere, and that way it confuses everybody with the...
yeah.
They won't know what they're targeting. So they cover their whole outfit with red dots.
There you go.
And finally, true or false? A first edition hardcover copy of War and Peace comes in 6 volumes and is worth between $15,000 and $20,000 today.
I'm going to have to go with true.
Absolutely ridiculous. The book is like... It's like this... It's ridiculous. 6 books that they had to do to make it... It's one book, but they had to put it in 6 bindings because otherwise you wouldn't be able to turn the book. It's ridiculous. Of course not. Kidding me? I would still be reading it.
Is there a movie on it?
It's probably an hour and a half long, too.
It's called Die Hard.
It's called... They cut out all the unimportant stuff, made it a Christmas movie, supposedly, and they called it Die Hard. And that has been just a few questions.
It's awesome.
Awesome!
Makes you want to go out and read, doesn't it? Not really.
You know, you haven't stopped talking since I came here. You must have been vaccinated with a phonograph needle.
His name is Kai. Dreaming of does and shooting bugs at deer camp. At deer camp. Oh. And deer camp.
It's a good song, right, everybody?
No work here, no what's here, no yes here, November, 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 November.
Oh man, this place is weird.
Yes, that's Dirty Mind Detroit, recorded at the Alien Xmas event in 2019. That was an older version right there. Anyway, folks, we are all out of time for this week's episode of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I do want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in on Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, J. Parker Radio, United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, Western Reserve Digital Radio, and of course 920 WO in the Apple, 24.7 The Stream, 97.1 KGSB FM Get Smashed Radio, IRN Internet Radio Network, WRFN 1025, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, United Sounds Choice Radio, Prodcore, Pure Rock, Good Talk, and Mile High Radio, as well as K89. Until next time, this is Alien Stone saying peace out, yo!